warm welcome to all the respected delegates and esteemed guest speakers present at the ASSOCHAM's Agriculture Conclave 2025. I am Anisha D'Souza, your host for today. Agriculture is the lifeline of the Indian economy, playing a vital role in food security, employment generation, rural development, and poverty reduction. Despite its progressive development, the agricultural and agro-food processing industries are facing several challenges. Today's conclave on agriculture aims to bring together all the relevant stakeholders, industry leaders, experts, innovators, technology providers, researcher policymakers, and government stakeholders to host discussions and suggest reformatory actions by introducing emerging trends, new technologies, innovative solutions, and knowledge takeaways on adopting sustainable practices to strengthen the industry sector. It is indeed a privilege to be graced by the august presence of our esteemed dignitaries, Shri Mauvin Godinho, Honorable Minister of Industries, Panchayat, Transport, Protocol and Legislative Affairs, Government of Goa as our chief guest, and Shri Arjun Mohan, IAS, Secretary to Governor, Department of Agriculture and Rural Development, Government of Goa as a guest of honor. On behalf of the Associated Chambers of Commerce and Industry of India, Goa, we welcome you at this significant conclave. Where there is light, there is growth, peace, and wisdom. I request our chief guest and guest of honor to kindly come forward to do the honors by joining the auspicious ceremony of lighting the lamp. Also, I request Shri Sandeep Dharkar, GM, NABARD, Goa State, Shri Manguirish Raiker, Chairman, ASSOCHAM, Goa State, Dr. Sagar, Salgaocar, Co-Chairman, ASSOCHAM, Goa State, and Shri Ramakrishnan, MD, Primus Partners, to come forward for the lamp lighting. I request our dignitaries to kindly take their seats on the dais. Shri Manguirish Raiker, Chairman, ASSOCHAM Goa Council, to offer a warm welcome to our chief guest in his opening address.
A very good morning to all.
Good morning. Good morning.
Our Honorable Minister for Industries, Panchayat Raj Protocol, and our dear friend, Mr. Mauvin Godinho, Secretary Agriculture, Mr. Dharkar of NABARD, Sagar, my colleague in ASSOCHAM, all the dignitaries in the audience. Friends, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all for this Agriculture Conclave of 2025. This is a very, very dear subject to me. I had the privilege of starting the first community agriculture college in Goa. In 2010, sir, I would like to make a mention here that today they said that we have benefited from certain research and development program. But in 2010, we had a tie-up with Hesse University in Netherlands, and they came here to do research with our assistants and ICAR. And they asked us, what is the thing that you would like to do research on? So I told them that we have jackfruit, which just goes waste. Either it falls down, used as cattle feed, and because it is very costly also to harvest. So they started doing work on it, and I would like to make a mention here today that in 2012 they came out with a suggestion that how it could be used as a meat substitute. And friends, it takes me immense pleasure to tell that they propagated it as a piece for the burger, and the veg burger contained jackfruit. Initially, our farmers were benefited. They exported almost 200 tons to Netherlands, to European countries. But subsequently, the South American overtook us because they could supply at much lower price. But today I am happy to say the logistic support that our minister has come out with will enable our farmers to go back into business, because this will help the farmers to store, to harvest early, to store, warehousing, cold chain, and I am sure the farmers will stand to benefit. Thank you very much, sir, for your initiative. Second aspect is we had a panel discussion in the morning where they talked about digitalization in agriculture. I would like to make a mention here that most of the time when the farmer harvests, the requirement is not there in the market. And when the requirement is there in the market, there is no harvesting taking place. So this is a mismatch. So the best thing that could have been done, which is being practiced in the North Indian states like Punjab and Haryana, is develop an app wherein you have the hotel industry which requires the material on day-to-day basis, and the farmers who are into horticulture on the other hand, so that they can be assured that yes, the requirement is there and your harvesting can take place. So all these things can be matched. So my request to my friends in the digital area to work on this so that the farmers will tend to benefit. Then there was another point which was raised today, is that Goa has the highest GDP, no doubt, but the farmer's GDP is low. So we need to bring that GDP on the high threshold. And how can that be done? Is only by mechanization, by bringing in new ideas, and as somebody said, we have already been using AI. AI is what your water drip irrigation and other things. Mr. Mahesh Patil is an expert in this area. I am sure he is going to tell us more about this in later part. So, having said this, in my opening remarks, I again welcome you, and I am sure there will be constructive things which will come out from these deliberations, which will help the government as well as the farmers to have public-private partnership and increase the yield of the state, and also make Goa self-sufficient in near future. So welcoming you once again. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your warm welcome. Next, I request Shri Sandeep Dharkar, GM NABARD, to deliver the keynote address.
Thank you, ma'am. Honorable Shri Mohan on Minister of Industries, Panchayat, Transport Protocol, Government of Goa. Respected Shri Arjun Mohan IS, Secretary to Governor, Department of Agriculture, Government of Goa. And Shri Manguirish Raiker, Chairman ASSOCHAM, and all the esteemed dignitaries and participants here in this program. It is a great pleasure and privilege for me to participate in this event being conducted by ASSOCHAM. This Agriculture Conclave, agriculture is a very important component of any economy. In fact, in primary sector leads to a multiplier effect for development of any economy. Now, if we see in Goa, the state GDP contribution of primary sector, that is agriculture to state GDP, is around 6-7%. It also includes the allied sector. So our economy is predominantly based on manufacturing and services, which is a very good thing. But the contribution of agriculture to the state economy is going down as we move forward. But what we can do here, there are certain issues, structural issues rather, because we have a less geographical area, so land, availability of land is an issue sometimes, and then the right documents, that is the ownership of the land, because when the banks will finance to any farmer, it depends, it will seek the documents, land records and all. So that becomes one issue for financing, because unless we have capital formation in agriculture, the growth in GDP will not happen on account of agriculture. Then we have climate resilience also. Now we should see the way the climate change is happening. We are all witness to the recent events, extreme weather events, climate events in various parts of our country, and to equip ourselves for ameliorating or mitigating the climate risks involved, we need to be prepared for that also. All said and done, Goa, we have a very conducive climate and conditions where we can really do good in agriculture, but we should not compete with our neighboring states in terms of volume. We should play by, not by volume, but we should focus on high value crops or cash crops, or where we should also be targeting the export markets. Now, if in our state we are having 10 products which are registered under GI, and most of those products are agriculture-based products, like we have Manguirish mango, or we have Kola chili, Hon'ble chili, so on and so forth. So 10 products are there, and most of those products are agriculture-based. So we need to develop the value chains of those GI products, and we need to focus on niche products, because that should be our strength. To develop the value chains, agriculture value chains of those niche products and tap the export market. That should be the way forward for us. As far as NABARD is concerned, we are always with the state government, and we have been supporting in the past also for creation of rural infrastructure, and we'll continue doing so. We have also introduced a couple of new funds. For example, there is one fund called NABARD Green Lending Facility, where we are supporting the state governments and other entities for creating infrastructure that will be future oriented, or it will be climate resilient infrastructure or other green energy led initiatives. That also we are supporting. Our concessional line of finance for state governments, that is Rural Infrastructure Development Fund, we are already supported Government of Goa to the tune of around 4,000 crores since its inception, and we'll continue to do so. In farm sector and off-farm sector also, we are implementing certain projects. Of course, those are all on pilot basis, and we see that how it can be scaled or implemented on a large scale. We are also trying to work on registering some more products under GI. For example, 8 more products we are supporting Goa Council of State, this Science and Technology, for registering some more GI products. But we should also focus on developing the value chains of those GI products, which of course we will again be helping those entities which are involved in this GI. So it is a great pleasure to be here, and I wish that my best wishes to the organizers that the objective of this program will be achieved, and we have a wonderful crowd here. So there will be discussions and participate. I hope that all of you will participate in this, and we will come out with some action points which we can implement, and we can also create some roadmap which will help in attaining the self-sufficiency and attaining the goal of Vikasit Bharat and Vikasit Goa also, Swayambhur Goa. So thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful address. Now, I invite our guest of honor, Shri Arjun Mohan, to kindly address the gathering.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Honorable Minister Shri Mauvin Godinho sir, Honorable Chairman ASSOCHAM State Unit Manguirish Raiker ji, GM NABARD Shri Sandeep Dharkar ji, dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, experts, industry leaders, farmers, and all respected participants gathered here today. Actually, I am on a dilemma here now. I came with a prepared speech, sir, but when I sat here for some 10-15 minutes, I got enough ideas on what to speak. So I'm just in a dilemma whether to speak from this prepared speech or extempore. So what I will do is I will combine both, because I just wanted to speak on something which I heard today, which was I consider it as a privilege to sit here and listen to those wonderful people. It's a great honor and privilege to be part of this Agriculture Conclave 2025, which seeks to explore pathways for strengthening and transforming Goa's agriculture sector in alignment with the vision of Vikasit Bharat. I extend my sincere congratulations to ASSOCHAM to conceptualize and organizing this event at such an opportune time when agriculture stands at a crucial crossroads both globally and nationally. Agriculture, as we all know, has been the backbone of India's economy. It contributes nearly 16 to 17% of the national GDP and close to 44% of the total workforce. As rightly pointed out by one of our speakers, the contribution of agriculture to GDP is coming down. But what worries means that is not a point of worry, because service sector growth and industrial growth should be there, and as a result of which our contribution of agriculture to the GDP will come down. But the real problem is when the manpower contribution to the agriculture sector, the primary sector, is very much disproportionate to the GDP. So the main point that we should focus is our manpower should move more to service sector and industrial sector. At the same time, whoever is staying back in the agriculture sector should produce more. The productivity, their income, everything should go up. This is actually the real worrying point that I see now, or maybe in the future also, is more and more people become dependent on agriculture. The GSDP should not come down. The actual point should be less people should be dependent on the primary sector, but our productivity should go up. And beyond its economic role, agriculture underpins our food security, as you all know, rural livelihood and ecological balance. It extends far beyond the farm, supplying essential raw material for industry. Whether industrial development is also far more related to the natural resources available and to the agriculture products that is happening in our country. In essence, agriculture forms the foundation of our economy, society and culture. While the share of agricultural GDP may have declined with industrialization and growth of service sector, its strategic importance has only increased, especially in ensuring food sufficiency, rural prosperity, and environmental sustainability. Turning to Goa, agriculture here has a long and rich tradition, deeply interwoven with the state's ecological diversity and cultural identity. However, we must also acknowledge that Goa's agriculture is also facing distinct challenges. Among the most pressing are fragmented landholdings, labor shortages, and decline in cultivable area due to urbanization and the expansion of non-agriculture activities. Again, here I want to make a stress. Fragmented landholding is one of the most important challenges that agriculture is facing in the country also, because with limited landholding, it is not easy to increase the amount like per capita share or per capita income of a farmer. We have to pool the available land resources. So this fragmentation is a big challenge that we face in Goa, also in other small states. So across the country, this we are facing. And one major challenge that the Kasan lands in Goa is facing now is the ingress of soil salinity and the water management. And also the limited mechanization is another issue that we are facing. Goa's Kasan lands, a centuries-old system of reclaimed coastal fields protected by bunds and sluice gates, represent both a heritage and an opportunity. These lands once symbolized sustainable coastal farming agriculture coexistence. Today, however, they face degradation due to salinity increase, poor maintenance, and loss of traditional practices. As you all know, in our state agriculture policy also, we have come up with reviving the Kasan lands, and as late as yesterday, there was a meeting with Niti Aayog also. A team from Niti Aayog has come over here. And our Goa University in association with Raiker is going to have an extensive study on how to revive the Kasan lands, and an extensive plan will be made. This is something which is going to have a good impact in the agriculture sector in Goa. And I'll just come down to what was spoken in the morning. Like I used to see a lot of videos. Like as you know, young generation is mostly into YouTube, Instagram, and all the technology products only. I also watch lots of videos. Since I got charge of agriculture department, this is for the first time, sir, I am looking after agriculture department, because before this I was working in Lakshadweep, where agriculture just means coconut. Nothing else, only coconut plantations, a full coconut plantation only. And before that, I was working in Arunachal Pradesh, where it is mostly organic farming only, sir, and natural farming. There is no kind of commercial cultivation. Recently, it has been started, but however, there was not much emphasis on that, and I was working in the district level. So coming here, getting charge of agriculture department, I wanted to learn about the subject, because I am very new to this field and new to this sector. And I do not may not be knowing much, because I do not come from a traditional agriculture family also, because I come from Kerala, and my place, the agriculture means mostly I come from the hills. There rubber plantations are there, and that actually gave economic mobility, prosperity to our people, including me and my family. So I was talking about the videos that I was seeing. So one of the videos which interested me both was the vertical farming which I had seen in Singapore. And I forgot the company name, and I was very fortunate to meet Mr. Sai Rane, who was speaking about the Neural Kisan. I was not knowing that such a startup exists in Goa, or based in Goa only, right? Okay, I was not knowing that, and I was actually talking to my department regarding this thing. Like, we have to actually see whether such a kind of model was possible in Goa, wherein vertical farming, and exactly you have pointed out the right product. And as our speaker also told, it is not about producing like in volume, or we have to tap onto the niche market, and we have the potential here. Like he was actually mentioning the strawberry thing, and he has to tap onto the existing potential of tourist resource, because our biggest resource that we say about Goa is the tourism sector, and that is exactly where our agriculture sector also has to tap on. The other day, our minister and even the chief minister, sir, was also speaking about how Goa is trying to become self-reliant on flower. Today also we are using lots of flowers here, plants here. Whether most of these flowers are being produced in Goa or coming from outside, this is another market into which our farmers can actually tap in. So I would like to congratulate, and means I hope that your startup is going to scale up and coming up with wonders. And another major point what is mentioned here was the scalability. Technology has to be scalable. We all heard about artificial intelligence, machine learning, everything might have been heard long back. But the real difference was made to the people when ChatGPT came, because it became accessible to the public. AI actually became visible to the public. Even our speeches started getting prepared. We became more or less like give the ideas only. They will give us good language. That is why our task has become more easy. Charting a program has become more easy. Collecting a data has become more easy. Yesterday, I had few indoor plants in my house. Some problem was there for the plant. I could have called expert, but since being in a privileged position, I can easily talk to a person. But otherwise also, if I was not having that privilege also, what I did was, I just clicked the photo, uploaded it to Perplexity, because Airtel was giving that free plan of Perplexity for a year. I just asked him, what is the problem of this plan? And it has come up with the identification of the problem and solution that I have to do myself. They will not come and do. So this is how technology is going to change the field. Technology has to become accessible. Whatever product that we are making has to be accessible. So that is one kind request from my side to the startups here. We have a gentleman from the Department of IT also. So my request would be, whatever technologies we are investing or we are trying to develop has to be scalable and has to be affordable and accessible to the person who is intended to be the end user. So this is something which we have to focus. From the government side also, we have to have great push for financing such startups to make it scalable and easily accessible to the public. Another one important thing is the access to information, because such a technology exists whether a farmer is knowing such a thing exists. So this is some information that from the department means as years passes, the role of government will change. The role of government will become more and more of a facilitator and more of kind of how this information reach the right person. So this is something as society also, as industry representatives also, that is something which we wanted to focus on. And another one brilliant thing which was being, I forgot the person's name, I think it was Clean Carbon Issue Binder. He was mentioning about carbon credits. The other day I was reading about the carbon credits which actually can make a difference to the agriculture sector. Like the rubber plantations in Kerala had a huge potential, has a huge potential in tapping the carbon credit. This is something which I was not knowing. My family has not rubber plantation, but we were not knowing. Like such a potential can be tapped. Today also I don't know how that potential can be tapped. Such a facility exists, whether how to tap that money is something. This information mismatch or whatever terminology we have to use, that exists in the present world also. That is where the role of startups, the industry, the academia, everything will come into a picture. And climate change is again another problem that we are going to face. But again, every problem has got a solution and it is an opportunity also. Problems will keep on coming. As a child, I used to think that everything has been invented, discovered already. What our generation will do. But every new day, we are seeing some kind of development, some kind of discovery, some kind of invention, lots and lots of opportunities coming. In 2016, I thought this is the end of internet, in the sense that internet speed has reached the peak. But each and every day internet speed is going up only, and the kind of data usage that we are also like earlier 250 MB was enough for a whole month. Now 250 MB will not be enough for just 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes. I am sitting idle, I will download more than GBs worth of things. So this is the kind of change that is happening in the world, and agriculture sector is also going to experience such things. So thank you so much, ASSOCHAM, for inviting me and giving me this opportunity to speak. So I believe that all of you are going to be the change makers of the world. Already you are, and you are going to contribute in lots of ways to the development of agriculture of Goa as well as the country. Again, I wish you all the best, all the very best. Thank you so much for patient listening. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your valuable input. Let us continue with our next segment. The Primus Partners India team and ASSOCHAM team has prepared a focus study report on agro industry, which will be released today at the hands of our chief guest. We want to acknowledge the efforts put in by them to curate this knowledge report by analyzing the data of various departments from industry, agriculture, and rural development for the past 3 months. I request our chief guest to please do the honors of unveiling this report. I invite Shri Ramakrishnan and Ms. Darshana Kusambe, State Head, ASSOCHAM Goa State Council, to join the stage for the release of the study report. Thank you all. We now look forward to hearing from our Honorable Minister in his visionary address.
Good morning, everyone. Still good watching here. Present here for this August function is Manguirish Raiker, the driving force beside for ASSOCHAM, as well as Darshana. Our guest of honor, Mr. Mohan, who is also Secretary to the Governor, Dr. Sagar, Salgaocar, Mr. Sandeep, Dharkar, whose role is very important, I would say, for this particular sector and Goa for more ways than one. Also Mr. Mahesh Patil, Mr. all the other esteemed guests seated here. First of all, I must congratulate ASSOCHAM and their partners, Primus, for organizing this particular conference. Otherwise, normally we see all industrial conferences of different type taking place. This is something which is going down to the grassroots level. Just imagine a situation that I remember somebody asking God that what wish do you have? He said, whatever I touch should turn into gold. You know the story. Wish was granted and finally that person found that he had all gold around but nothing to eat. Similar situation. If you don't encourage agriculture, if you do not innovate, if you don't get technology in the farming sector in a manner that it is not only sustainable but quite profitable as to other services, as to other jobs available, how will you have agriculture actually coming up? The contribution to the GDP, as rightly said, is going down. And you have lesser and lesser people going in the agricultural field. Take our own little Goa. How many of youngsters go down in the field and want to dirty themselves even if part mechanization is taking place? There has to be a new thinking brought about. You have to educate them and lead them to a situation which I am sure with your deliberations in the morning, you have got a booklet now as well, which I released. I am sure you have to act as a catalyst along with the government in getting more and more people into agriculture, making it worthwhile to contribute to this particular sector, which is the primary sector. It's like the primary sector, the main foundation. If they don't perform, contribution may look low, but they are contributing to yours and my survival. Imagine no food is produced, nothing is grown in the fields, nothing is available. Such a scenario has to be changed. How to change it? Whether it is NABARD, whether it is our agricultural secretary who gave his inputs, though he is quite new. The normal functioning is going to result into what is happening at present. Everyone knows. Instead of cultivating something, what is happening in Goa? Let me be frank. They prefer selling their property to builders. They prefer earning quick money, making a quick buck. and most of them afterwards take off from this place sometimes. But we have to sustain Goa. And to sustain Goa, just as the rest of the country, to hold back people in the villages, to see that all of them don't prefer to go to urban areas, put more pressure on those cities which have evolved or new evolving cities as well as existing places. You have to make some things attractive for them. And when I talk here, I talk not only of subsidy levels which have to be maintained or increased for that matter. Many a times we have seen in various world forums, we see bigger nations giving us lecture as to how to reduce our subsidy. But quietly, if you make a deep study, you will notice that they are subsidizing, they are giving more incentive than what we are giving, and lecturing us how to reduce that. That means they don't want us to be competitive. In the recent developments that have taken place in the world, you have seen the Trumpism coming in. What is our what is our own Prime Minister fighting for? That I will not let the agriculturist down. I will not let the farmer down. And if this is going to happen, obviously we have to become more self-reliant, we have to become more self-sustaining, and we have to really showcase those particular farmers who have performed so well. If some can do it, why not everyone do it? Let it become a policy initiative, implementable policy document, where more and more youth and all others think that farming is lucrative. This will help both the farming in Goa as well as the tourism. Today we are known as a green state. People love to see the greenery. Slowly but steadily, today you see that it is slightly decreasing. If we make more people to come to agriculture using scientific means, leveraging the technology available, making things more easier for them, there are some niche products which will find exports, which will also go internationally, what Goa is capable of, and we will be strengthening ourselves in a much bigger manner than what we envisage. Otherwise, if the present trend continues, I am afraid agriculture will become even lesser. Therefore, I compliment and really congratulate ASSOCHAM and their Primus partners. But the proof of the pudding lies in the eating. You formulate policies, you give us nice printed booklets, it is circulated, how much of it is implemented? Even the existing farmers who are there in the whole of Goa, we have to really help them out. And whatever greenery that you don't see around, which has disappeared, can be brought back. It can be a very lucrative thing. Take simple examples. Even growing vegetables and exotic vegetables can be exported as well. They all come from our neighboring states. Why we can't do it? This is a challenge before you all, and I hope you have taken this particular thing into consideration. Exotic flowers, even orchids, can be grown in Goa in a big way and exported. Now we have two airports, one in the north, one in the south. You are going to have the container service available at Manguirish Port Authority for other products. In the industrial sector, we have reserved Latam Parshe Industrial Estate particularly for the food processing industry. Many people have taken up. I hope they also work on the same lines. There are many things, in spite of the global warming and the climate change, with those necessary changes, still so many crops you can grow. Like a simple example I have seen, since Latam Parshe is close to that, I have told in Sal village they used to grow a lot of pineapples at one time. Why not revive that? In fact, one of the company fellows came to me that we are going to compel the farmers, you come back in the profession, we will buy everything. If a ready market is available in this fashion, obviously there will be people willing to plant and earn money out of agriculture. It has to be made more attractive than what it is today. These are the big challenges before us. In our big country, what is the challenge today? We are lucky to have a very youthful population. on an average, we are having the highest number of youth population. And then they get frustrated when they can't get jobs. And even as in Goa itself, we go hankering after only government jobs. We have to train the mindset as well. If you go to them personally, explain to them, and show a few pilot projects in different villages with your association, with the association of the various departments, with organizations like NABARD, with some good people who are meaningfully wanting to do something at the grassroots, you can bring about a total transformation. As I say, Goa has the potential to bring a transformational change in every sector, and agriculture needs it very badly. Otherwise you will find the greenery disappearing. You will find Goa is no more what it was in Esther years, and it will just continue as another city. We don't want this to happen. Therefore, this particular conference organized by you all, this conclave, is of immense value, and how you add value to it is a big challenge for you and me and each one of us. I am happy to see so many people in the audience for a agricultural conclave, which itself augurs well that there are people willing to do it. They want Goa to be preserved as it is. They want the greenery to be there. I always call it a God-blessed place. That's why everything survives properly. Of course, there is not that a few mistakes will not happen as from some people or some at different levels. With pressure from you all and you coming back to agriculture, instead of simply selling your land as a short-term gain, look at the long term. Look at India developing as a powerful nation and perhaps a big superpower. We are in the making. We are now almost reaching as the 4th largest economy from at one time the 11th largest economy. How is it happening? It is due to contribution from each one of you. It is due to contribution of our scientists, our doctors, our teachers, our different professionals, engineers, people like you working in your companies, employing people. There is something called upgrade which always happens. How to bring about this particular great upgrade in agriculture, which is the need of the hour, is a big challenge before you. See that you make it happen. ASSOCHAM as such has been doing a wonderful job, I must say, in Goa, and having touched agriculture itself shows their concern to do something which is really meaningful for a small, tiny state like Goa. And today, of course, you have your social tools, your social media. If things travel very fast, Goa was a place where things used to travel by word of mouth. Let it travel by various means. That yes, we are going to make Goa greener. We are going to be a different example altogether as far as agriculture is concerned. It is profitable, you can earn more money, and of course keeping other things apart. Has a small country like Israel not done it in agriculture? From the same land, don't they have 2-3 produces coming out? And they say they can supply whatever is required to the whole world. And India being such a large country, why we can't do it? Goa being such a beautiful state, having that green land, having such amount in a sufficient number, enough of water to sustain us, to grow something, why we can't make Goa change? So let us take it up jointly, collaborating with each other, make Goa sustainable in agriculture with profits for those doing farming, and perhaps whatever policy changes that would be required with a very versatile and well documented presentation from you. Our government will not hesitate, neither our Honorable Chief Minister Dr. Pramod Sawant will hesitate to give all the help that is necessary so that agriculture can be taken at a much higher level, producing more, making more things better for the farmers, and they feel like going to the farms. You must be seeing there are some parts of Goa where people love farming. They are there, very much there. But I shudder to think when I see the middle-aged or slightly older people only doing it, and I don't see youngsters. That is one thing which worries me. But we have to change this scenario. How to change it is something which should come out of deliberations, out of practical solutions, out of good inputs from all of you by use of technology. We have seen things changing in different ways in different states as well. Let us also change it in Goa and see that our agriculture becomes a very important contributor with quite a large amount of contribution with more people, and let us keep Goa clean and green, which you always desire and where everybody loves to come. Let it be linked to tourism as well. If you have greenery everywhere, you have more tourism. You can have those particular tours to a particular farm if it is something worth seeing. And there are many such farms. Many tourists go just to see how things are grown, various exotic vegetables, various other fruits and various other things. It's already happening. But how to connect it in this, especially in this times of digital world, is your job, and I hope you people do it, and Goa will see wonderful results. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, sir, for inspiring us by your special words. Next, I would like to request Dr. Sagar Salgaocar to share the closing remarks to conclude this session.
Good afternoon. Dignitaries on the dais, Shri Mohan Godinho ji, Honorable Minister of Industries, Transport, Panchayat, Protocol, Government of Goa, Shri Arjun Mohan ji, IAS, Department of Agriculture, Rural Development, Government of Goa, Shri Sandeep Dharkar ji, GM NABARD, Chair of Goa ASSOCHAM Council, Shri Manguirish, Raiker, my ASSOCHAM team, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I would start by expressing on behalf of ASSOCHAM Goa a heartfelt gratitude to Shri Mohan Godinho ji for taking time out and attending this very important agricultural conclave. He has always been a rock of support for ASSOCHAM Goa whenever we have called upon him to attend some of our conferences and conclaves. And on behalf of ASSOCHAM Goa, I would like to assure him that ASSOCHAM Goa is always with him, and we would look forward to partnering with him in the future. I also would like to extend our thanks to our guest of honor, Shri Arjun Mohan ji, for your special presence today. We look forward to your valuable inputs, and ASSOCHAM remains committed in providing full support to the government of Goa. We also would like to express our thanks to our partner, NABARD, and Shri Sandeep Dharkar ji, GM NABARD. Our special thanks to our knowledge partners, Primus, who I would say in a very short notice partnered with us and helped us to prepare a very knowledgeable report. I would really, it's in the public domain, and I would really exhort everyone present today to make use of that report. I would also like to exhort all the participants today to make maximum use of the wonderful sessions that our team ASSOCHAM has curated for you in the realm of technology, fostering innovations, pre-harvesting, pre- and post-harvest systems, etc. It would be really beneficial for all present today to make use of different sessions that we have prepared for you. I congratulate my team ASSOCHAM Goa and ASSOCHAM India headquarters for putting best efforts in organizing this conclave. Wishing all my good wishes to all the participants and key speakers. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. The essence of every gathering lies in gratitude. We are truly thankful for the gracious presence of our chief guest. I request Shri Manguirish Raiker to present a memento as a token of gratitude to our respected chief guest. I also request Dr. Sagar Salgaocar to extend a token of thanks to our guest of honor. I would now like to invite Shri Rajendra Jadhav, CEO, Govt Fest Foods and Beverages Private Limited, who are our gifting partners for today. Govt Fest specializes in authentic Goan food and beverage products, including spices, masalas, pickles, sweets, and more, all sourced from local Goan brands. I request him to kindly present our chief guest and guest of honor with special gift hampers. Thank you. I request our dignitaries on the dais to kindly take their seats in the audience.